So Laslo Djere and Alexander Zverev, they faced off in the second round in Acapulco. Now Djere beat Steve Johnson in straight sets, and he beat him 6-2, 6-3. So that was a good win for Djere, especially considering that he's not as good on the hard court. He's not as good on the hard court. He's better on the clay. So it was a good hard court win for Djere. But to be fair, his opponent was rusty. He wasn't in his best form. So it was a little easier for him. But still, great win for Djere, especially because it's on hard court. Now, Zverev beat the Spanish teenage phenom Alcaraz in straight sets. He beat him 6-3, 6-1. And I thought he would lose, but Zverev, he proved me wrong. He won it in straight sets. And that was a good win, considering because he hasn't won he didn't win too much for a while. After that loss in the Australian Open quarterfinals, he lost in his first round of Rotterdam. So it's good to see him back to winning ways again. So it was a good win for Zverev. A good win for Zverev against the Spanish teenage phenom, because that could have been a tricky opponent. Alcaraz is a great young player that he can play freely without pressure. So he's a great young player, so it could have been a really tough match, but Zverev won that. Now, Djere and Zverev have never met, so they have a 0-0 head-to-head record. Now, taking into account everything I've just said, I'm going to pick Zverev to win this again. I think that Zverev played well in his first match, and I think that if he continues to play really well, he can be considered a serious contender for this title. I think that he can win this title if he continues to play well, because he needs because it'll be nice for him to get a title again and get on the ATP tour again for him to be a champion. So I think that he played well in his first match. I think he can keep that up, and I think he can win this match in straight sets. Djere isn't really as good on the hard court, and while he did it, he won in similar fashion that Zverev won his match. His competition was easier. He didn't have as hard of an opponent. So I'm going to pick Zverev to win this in straight sets, like his last match. Maybe a little bit more difficult, but still in straight sets.